Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. Wanted to shoot this video because I was having a conversation recently, and one of the big topics right now that I was talking about recently was this idea of accountability. And so I wanted to shoot a video because it's a very hot topic. It's a very sensitive topic. And unfortunately, we live in a day and time where men, and especially women, don't like to deal with accountability. And you've heard me say this before. The blame game is easy. The blame game is easy to play. It's easy to point out what somebody else is not doing. But also, when you point the finger at someone, you normally have three fingers pointing back at yourself. And one thing that I've noticed is that many individuals, they're allergic to accountability. They're allergic to accountability like a vampire is to garlic. Just keeping it 100 with you. And the truth of the matter is that there is power in our tongue. There is power in what comes out of our mouth. And an out of control tongue can set the world on fire. How many friendships have been destroyed because of an unruly tongue or an out of control tongue? How many marriages have been destroyed because of an out of control tongue? How many business partnerships have been severed? How many ties have been severed because of an out of control tongue? And that's the problem, because an out of control tongue, it can sever ties, it can sink ships. You've heard the term, you've heard the saying, loose lips sink ships, right? An out of control tongue can burn bridges. But what about a controlled tongue? A controlled tongue can strengthen connections. A controlled tongue can grow networks. A controlled tongue can build and maintain relationships. So my question to you today is, how are you using your tongue? How are you using your tongue? Because here's the reality. Your heart is the tree and the tongue is the fruit of that tree. And the words that someone says to you, keep this in mind. The words that someone says to you reveals the condition of their heart. And so if they're speaking life to you, guess what? They're full of life. But if you come across someone, or you are someone that speaks hatred or speaks death or speaks darkness, that's what they have in their hearts. Because the truth of the matter is, what we say or don't say to each other matters. And we're quick to say it don't matter. We're quick to say I don't care. And that in itself is a problem. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so once we get this in order, once we discipline our mouths, once we move from an out of control mouth to an out of control tongue to a controlled tongue, then our relationships will improve. The bridges won't be burned, and ties won't have to be severed. We have to discipline our mouths. We have to discipline our tongues. So I wanted to give you something to think about today. If you got value from this video, feel free to like, comment, or share this video. If you want to add something, feel free to leave it in the comments section, because I do read and respond to comments. And if you haven't already done so, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. As always, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.